gonna start just a little early. Hello everyone, welcome, welcome. Hello Charlie. Hello, hello. Hi Izzy, welcome. Hello Larry. Hello Ken. Welcome. Welcome everyone. Let's get some music started. Where's my mouse? My goodness. Alrighty. Sleeves are always optional, yes. I personally make up for Brian's lack of sleeves with my basically constant long sleeves now, so it's fine. We balance each other. Life is all about balance. But yeah, smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. My subscribers have been growing so much recently, so thank you all so much for hanging out with me and hitting the like button, atom bombing the like button. So I just need to finish this up and then we can go ahead and get into the crunchy glass cutting stream. So these are for my Patreon. They are little moons for January. So I have a Patreon tier where everyone gets a monthly sun catcher. So it's right now it's only 15 people. But this month I decided to do this little crescent moon because crescent moons are a symbol of new beginnings. And then I painted these little stars. And yes, Nanu, these absolutely were done on a ring saw. Because otherwise I would have just destroyed one of my grinder bits trying to get that all smoothed out. So ring saw, yes. The glass, the stars, that's on the glass that I'm holding in my hand right now is super, super pretty. It's like purples and yellows and yeah, Hulk smash that like button. It's really pretty. And then the moons are iridescent as well. So the Patreon suncatchers are exclusive to Patreon. I won't make them ever again. I'm considering opening up maybe a few more spots on that Patreon tier, but if you... I don't know if I want to do that. So we're just painting some little stars on here. I still have 2, 4, 6, 7 more, and then we'll go ahead and work on a feather. I might do a feather. I might do another monstera leaf. I know I said feather, but you have to kind of like go where the creativity takes you. Hi Alicia, welcome. How are you? Long time no chat. Well, I think you've come in recently, but it still feels like a long time. This is my older white paint and it is just like real crusty. So I actually don't like, I haven't been liking this brush for these stars. I'm going to use this one. This is the one I was using earlier. I think I zoomed the camera in enough to where you can see pretty well. So I lined it up in this little square and then we're just gonna kind of paint as we feel. Hi Verzica, welcome. Happy belated birthday. I know your birthday was yesterday, so I hope you had a wonderful day. I came into Amy's chat and I wanted to like say that to you, but I don't think you were in yet. So, and then I had to go. So I wasn't able to properly wish you a happy birthday. Hi, Molly. Moons, hi, Glitter, welcome. Welcome, welcome. How are you all doing today? I hope everyone is doing really well. Molly, stop. Molly is rubbing her head on my chair, and it was like causing me to... She's like wiping her, like rubbing her face on it. Juggling 2 streams yesterday, so I was in and out. No worries, I totally get that. Did you do anything fun for your birthday? Did you have cake? Presents and cake? Balloons as far the eye can see? Happy born on day. Did nothing at all. No, just a standard day. I get that. I usually on my birthdays, I mean I worked on my birthday last year and then we went out for dinner, but it was on a Tuesday. It's kind of hard if your birthday's on a weekday. My like growing up, Joy's birthday is today. Make sure you tell her I say happy birthday. That's awesome. My bro and his family are coming over at the weekend though. Very nice. Alicia, this is a size 18-0. I don't really know how to like say the brush size names. All of these brushes I'm using are Princeton, I don't know, Princeton Select Short Liner. I will take a picture of all the liner brushes I have though, especially these blue ones that I got. I also the other day was using this Princeton as well, this Velvet Touch. And this was a 1. This was one of the ones that Charlie got me, and I really liked this for doing like a big fill. I used it for doing the clouds on the Monstera leaf that I posted. So I don't work on my birthday. That's totally fair. Some people don't like to. I streamed on my birthday last year, and if you all remember, and Brian proposed to me, so that was a fun stream. I'm going to try not to get too distracted so this doesn't take forever because I really want to make sure we can cut up some glass. Maybe a planet in the background, maybe Saturn. Where's my mouse? My gosh. I don't think I'm going to do any planets for this, just because I'm keeping it kind of simple just so it didn't take so long. When I paint the planets on stuff and when I like paint like those super intense details, I mean the reason why I charge what I do on my little glass charms that have the like miniature paintings is because they take me like 20 minutes for just the painting and then the grinding and soldering and packaging and blah blah blah. So these Patreon suncatchers are actually really discounted. So, but I think this painting is still beautiful. I'm not trying to skimp on too many details. Nightingale, long time no see. Yes, it has been so long. A UFO. That's a really good idea. I would love to paint a UFO. This dreamy shop update, there's still plenty of room to paint UFOs and planets and all that stuff. So we will cross that bridge when we get there. Hi, Cassie. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Right now I'm just getting the glass dust off of this piece that I'm painting. And I also need this magic eraser because there's a little bit of silver Sharpie left over. Alright, can you still see it down here? Barely. I think I painted the other one down there because it's a little hard to see. Trumpets sound and the heralds sing. What a welcome. Oof, oof, glass shards in my finger. Hi, Sam. Oh no. Unfortunately, part of the profession, if you are a glass artist, people are always like, wear gloves, and I'm just like, I refuse. But luckily right now, there's no glass shards. We're just painting. We're just painting. Our little stars. I wish you could see this glass better because the glass is super, super pretty. I love planets. I live on one. Pay per your brush stroke? Oh my god. $20 per brush stroke. Insanity. Oh, but yeah, I'm gonna put out this reminder every single live stream. It's gonna get really annoying, but for those who are not aware yet, I'm doing a giveaway on my Instagram of this little iridescent painted bear. These guys are worth like, it's a lot, like at least 65 minimum is what I'm gonna sell them for in the shop because they're just like this specialty glass. So you could win this guy for free if you go on my Instagram and read the post description. All you need is a ghost with fishing line. It would be an Amlin logo. Hi, I enjoy listening to your streams while I'm working my day job. Your laugh makes me laugh. Hi, Skipper. Thank you so much. That's so fun. I'm glad to provide some entertainment while you're working. Maybe I love glass shards in my fingers. You don't think about that, do you? Masochistic, a little bit. I had a shard on my hand. I found it when I went to take the trash out and grabbed the can handle. Ugh, that's the worst because glass shards can be like kind of tricky and like you won't notice them until you do something very oddly specific and you're just like, ah, my god, and then you have to sit there like digging it out and trying to find out where it is, and it's like a ghost. It's like a ghost. Like you can't tell where it is and sometimes it's weird and you'll feel like it's one spot and then it moves. Glass splinters are very strange. Also, thank you, Verziga. I wanted to make this a really special. I felt like the bear was a perfect thing for the giveaway because everyone lost their minds over the bears for my last shop update. So the bears are absolutely a staple now, and I wanted to do one for the giveaway. Hi Renee, welcome. How are you? I'm doing good. Went and checked on the new arrivals, and I'm so glad you love the little moons. Those little babies are so cute. Nigerian dwarves are just like the cutest little goats ever. I just love them. Just love them. Do it where people can see. Like that. No! You're at anything in stained glass, looking at glass and realize you're bleeding all over the floor. That's literally the worst, is like going to a glass shop. I got cut so many times when I went rifling through all that glass recently. So this whole, like this and this and this, and then I have some on my fingers. I was like getting my grubby little hands in there, trying to fish out these tiny little pieces of glass. And luckily she has band-aids there. If a stained glass place does not have band-aids at all, any given moment, it's not a real glass place. But yeah, I've purchased glass before because I buy basically only from in-person locations. I've bought glass that has blood on it before. I get it home and I'm like, that is not my blood. Just clean it off. And no, Nighty, you do not suck it to get it out. I mean, I don't. Maybe some people do. I get my little tweezers. Actually, no, I use a sterile X-Acto knife. Like a little X-Acto knife blade that's never been used before. Get in there. I've done mini, I call it like surgery. I've done little mini surgery on myself off stream. On stream, but off stream. Also, hello D-Live. Alright. Let's keep going. Don't get too distracted, Rachel. We're going the distance today. We're gonna get a feather cut up and we're gonna get these, finish painting these. I used to put a black backing to all these stars, but I actually kind of, I've moved away from doing that. I messed that up. I've moved away from doing that because not only does it add so much more time, but it doesn't always give the effect that I want. So these don't have any black base under them. It's just the white paint for the stars. Dwarf is canceled. We call them vertically challenged African. No, Charlie. No, no, no. Perfect. We do one here, we do a tiny one here. Oh, that's a big one, whatever. We're gonna do one there and there. And then we do our little twins down here. Best friends forever. And a tiny one, boop, done. So insensitive. Cassie. I think Charlie is just pulling our legs. This thing just looks like it's so full of chemicals. It's so bad. Hey, you know, Charlie, to each their own. Love, don't judge, right? To each their own. Molly? My cat is up in my business right now. She is sitting down there staring at me. Ooh, I'm gonna have to regrind this. This is a little lumpy right there. That's fine. That's an easy enough task, though. It's the coffee grounds talking. I got really annoyed over Christmas that I'd picked out and started cutting pink glass until I realized I was actually bleeding all over it. The joys of working in such a cold studio. You can't feel your hands. Oh, bless your heart. Yeah, I mean, even, I don't need to shake this. Even though I'm in Florida, it's still like, my studio gets very cold because we've had some pretty chilly mornings. This is my paint thinner, by the way. I'm gonna add a little bit more to this bottle. I added some yesterday and it is just not enough. It's still like painting with molasses. 2 people I know got drunk and pretended to be goats, ended up with headaches. I can imagine that if you're drunk enough that you're pretending to be a goat, then you probably are gonna wake up with some level of hangover. What a beautiful pink glass! Oh no! Alright, this feels pretty sufficiently... looks much better. It actually runs now instead of just is like a jelly in the bottom. Beautiful. I think someone was asking about the paint thinner the other day. It might have been Kate, it might have been you. I am so glad that I bought it because it's going to prolong the life of my paints so much. I still haven't tried it on my oldest black, which is almost a year and a half old, maybe? The thing that's really cool about the thinner, too, is, like, it's, it helps it flow more, but it doesn't make it less opaque. So whenever you first get these paints, I find that they're kind of transparent, which it even says that on the bottle, like, it's their transparent color for glass. It's water-based. But this, it's like, it stays pretty opaque, yet it's easier to work with, which I think is kind of cool. It might all be in my mind, but they were snowmen too. Oh no. Oh no. Don't mind me, just making some pink snowmen. So do you paint on canvas as well or just glass? What other paint types? Watercolor, oil, and maybe gouache? I actually have never, or I've painted on other, like, I've painted before, but like not in forever. I actually really, really want to try gouache. One of my friends got some gouache recently, and I've been watching videos where people are using it, and it looks really fun. But I have these little wooden discs that I bought that I had like this master plan for that I never used them for what I intended them for. And I really want to paint myself some little like mushroom forest things to hang in our camper. I just haven't gotten around to it. I don't know if I would use acrylic, or I think if you're using gouache on wood, and for those who are not familiar with what gouache is, it's like a type, from my understanding, it's like a type of watercolor. Better than yellow snowman. But I think that with like on wood, you have to like set it with like a wax or something. And I feel like I might just like try acrylic, but I haven't really done any painting. Glass has been like my main. I hadn't done art in years. Like I did art in high school, did my 4 years in college, worked for 3 years. I didn't do art for like 7 years or something. Or 6 years. So it was a while. So stained glass has been like my re-entry into the art world. I've dabbled a bit in crochet. Like I started a granny square blanket a while ago. I've only done 2 squares. And I meant to, I pulled them out yesterday actually, and I was like, maybe I should work on these today. And then I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be lazy today. It is what it is. That's great to know. We'll hopefully crack mine open soon. Got lots of Hebio to play with, as Amazon seller sent me the wrong set of minis. That is fantastic. Gouache is thicker. Yeah, so I have watercolor paints, and I got like paintbrushes and stuff. I did one little watercolor mushroom, and I was like, I'm so overwhelmed at all the different techniques. So I ended up never doing it again. That's like my worst habit, I think, is I'll get really intense on an idea of doing something, and I'll go and buy it, and then I won't ever do it, like with crafts specifically. So where's a good place to get a cheap ring saw? I'm not entirely certain about brands that are cheap, but I mean, if you can get a Taurus 3 or something used, that'll probably be your best bet. I bought mine full price because it was technically a Christmas gift. Like I got money that was intended to buy a ring saw. So I got mine full price. And I'm really glad I did, and that I didn't wait to like get it on sale or anything, because I was able to immediately start doing more complex patterns and the such. So eBay though, exactly, eBay. Never know until you try. No lemon flavored snowmans, please. Snowmans. What are you even talking about? Yeah, I think there's so many videos that I need to work on right now, and I'm gonna do where I buy my glass as the next video. My goal was to get it out by today, but it just did not, like, that was my own, like, secret personal goal, and, like, I've just been trying to balance so much with, like, commissions and Patreon suncatchers and stuff. So, next week for sure, I'm gonna have that video out about where I buy my glass, plus, like, show off the glass that I bought recently in, like, kind of a mini glass haul video. But there's so many videos I need to make right now. Snow persons. I picked up my knitting needles today that my work colleague bought me to try to learn after my shoulder operation. It didn't go well. The paper eating kitten. No. No, no, no. Kitten was like, I'm part of this. Ooh, we only have 2 more and then we can work on cutting up some glass. Yay. I know, I'm so glad you like them, Cassie. I really, really like these. It's like a very simple design, but I think because of the glass that I chose, it makes it kind of zesty, kind of like spicy. So, not to toot my own horn or anything. Not to toot my own horn. No, Cassie, are you a vampire? I was absolutely obsessed with vampires when I was a kid because I saw Interview with a Vampire when I was in like 4th grade, and I had the biggest crush on vampire Brad Pitt. And like I still love that movie. We watched it recently. It's kind of corny, but like I still love it. I still love it. Yeah, I was always obsessed with vampires. Obsessed. Not as much with like the Twilight vampires, although it's still my like it's awful. It's still my like guilty my guilty pleasure movies. They're so like the acting is terrible, and like the editing is like so overdone with like the gloominess, but I don't know, there's still something about it, like my internal like angsty preteen self is still just like, oh, it's so comfy. It's so embarrassing. But hey, I share so much with y'all, so why would I not share that? No, Charlie. I think like there's a lot of girls. I think like in my age group, I should say like women because I'm a full grown adult now, but a lot of ladies, maybe dudes too, that like secretly love Twilight even though they recognize it's also like horrendously lame and cringy. But well, sparkle vampires are the worst. I know, that's the thing too, is like they're not intimidating. They're not intimidating. They sparkle like, I don't know. There's just, back me up. Someone needs to back me up. The night is still and quiet and dark. I've watched every vampire movie though. I'm just solitary and I like when it's quiet. I totally get that. I'm more of I'm an early morning person. That's my favorite time of day, is like when the sun is just starting to come up, for the same reasons. Like it's really quiet and there's like some stirring where people are getting up to go to work and do their thing, whatever. I love mornings, and I just love the feeling of like just like what are we gonna do today? Fresh start. I don't know. I just love it. I'm kind of a weenie and I'm scared of the dark, so nighttime is not as much my thing, but definitely morning. Definitely morning. I'm one of those dreaded morning people where I like once I'm up in the morning, I'm like ready to go. This like just feels wrong. I'm gonna start over. Grinding glass. Hey, General. I know. Morning people, run. I know. I am a dreaded morning person. I just like it. I just love sunrise, the promise of a new day. How have you been, General? What have you been up to? Worst guilty pleasure: original Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you're any of you are in my age bracket, 40. I actually haven't watched that, but I've kind of wanted to. My brother used to watch Buffy. I'm in my mid to late 20s, so I'm a little bit on the young side for... I was really young when my brother was watching that. I don't like getting up, but once I'm up, I'm good. Yeah, like when I'm up, I'm kind of slow in the mornings a little bit. Like I'll be super comfy, especially when it's been cold outside. But once I'm like, all right, it's time to get up, I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Buffy is great. Buffy is the shiz. If you run in the morning, it's great as your body doesn't realize what's been going on enough to stop you. Angel? There was Angel, right? And then there was like a spin-off Angel series. Wait for her to hibernate. But there is one caveat to me being a morning person. It's that if I'm woken up in the middle of the night, I am the meanest person you've ever met in your life. I hate being woken up when it's like not time to wake up. If I'm woken up early, if I'm woken up in the middle of the night by something, I will strangle someone. Angel Spike. Yeah, I didn't have a caffeine dependence for a while. I'm like slowly starting to have one again, which is unfortunate, but caffeine is the drug of the productive. It is a very productive chemical. So, it's helping me be more productive. I'm going to add another star here. You get an extra star. Boop, boop. Tiny little teeth. All right, these are done. 15 moons. Ooh, Angel was nice. Angel was very nice. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched any of it, so I think I remember like one part in Buffy where her friend Xavier said something. I can't repeat it because I don't want to get flagged on streaming platforms or whatever, but yeah. If I have to be woken up at night, these are like very long stick. All right, let's clean up a little bit and then we can move on to more glass planning.
Molly, do you want to say hi to everyone on stream? Come here.
She's literally sitting under my presence the whole time. And then as soon as I'm like, come here, Molly, she just like stares at me from the other side of the room.
Hi, baby. You want to say hi to the stream?
Yay!
Molly. Ancient cat. She's like 16 or something. She's so old. Ooh, she hates this so much.
Dandelions! Yeah, you gotta just like crush up some dandelions and you gotta like pull it under my nose. Those moons are gorgeous. What glass did you use for the Crescent? Hi, Sarah. I don't actually know the brand, but I used this iridescent tan. It is one of my favorite types of glass. So you can see it's like kind of tan, cream colored, and then this side is very sparkly iridescent. So I'm going to use a single jump ring that will be attached right here where these two pieces connect. So whenever it's hanging, like this is how it'll be hanging. So there'll be a little ring. I'm not going to use this one because it's like square for whatever reason, but there'll be a little ring here and then it'll hang like that. My cat Dusty Boots sleeps under my desk too. Molly is a very sweet cat. I know that there's some really evil cats, but Molly is actually very, very sweet, and she's like never done anything. Like I can touch her belly, I can do anything to her. She has never bitten me. She's hissed at me a few times when I've scared her on accident. Like the other day, she was like in a deep sleep while sitting on the floor next to me, and I was at my desk and I sneezed and she like hissed. It scared her and she hissed at me. Which made me laugh really hard. But all right, let's move these moons out of the way. Or she is the scaredy cat, TM, and if you walk towards her too fast or you approach her too fast, she will hiss as well. So, but she's never bitten me, never tried to do anything. The people who had her before me, because I adopted her when she was 6, they declawed her in the front. Which is part of the reason why I got her, is because I was like, I didn't want her tearing up furniture. So like I didn't choose to declaw her though, but she's like doesn't have any behavioral problems from that. She's just super scared. You better get right in the cat's eyes. Better make it right with those kitties. Alright, move these moons out of the way. These are going to dry, and then I'll bake them tomorrow. So cute. Yes, I've seen grumpy cats. Alright, so let's zoom you out a little bit here. If my camera will work with me. And there we go. Kind of. You need to zoom out. Woo! What happened? Hold on. I gotta tighten this. Good Lord. Crazy cat lady happens to anyone. Alright. Readjusting, readjusting. There we go. This is the Monstera leaf that we worked on the other stream. So for those who are not part of the Discord or are not on Instagram, here's the final thing. You can see I painted like little clouds and there's a moon and little stars. I'm not zooming the camera back in, so sorry. You have 110 goats? What? That is insane. Cassie, you are aware of my goat portraits, right? Like I've talked about the lady who gets all the goat portraits. She has 20, and I thought she had a lot. That's crazy. I know that's your business, though. So, like, you do stuff with the goats, and you, like, go and graze them places. Where am I going to put this monstera leaf? I guess we'll put it on this. Owl goats, hello! You're like, you rang. How are you doing? Welcome in. Owl goat, whatever you prefer. Here's our cotton candy monstera leaf. It's so tasty, I could just crunch it, eat it. Doing fine. It's been a long day. Wondering what a suncatcher is. So, a suncatcher is something like this. Goat hoarding is an unreported addiction. So, a suncatcher is stained glass that usually is in some sort of small arrangement, such as this bear, this monstera leaf as well. It's going to be soldered together, whatever, however you want to say it. Americans say solder, so teehee. So this is just something that you can hang in a window or hang at your desk or in your car or whatever. But they're just little things like this. I make these for my full-time job. This is one that I'm doing a giveaway for on my Instagram because I hit 5,000 followers on Instagram. So this is my little sleepy bear that I made. Focus. Show the owl goat. Yes. Ooh, nice. Pretty. And I am doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. We're all wearing sun catching actually legal in Canada. I'm wearing a hoodie. Awesome. Thank you. I'm not technically wearing a robe, but I feel like this thing could basically be considered one. It's an extra large men's shirt that I found on sale, and I've been living in this. This is all I've been wearing for like a week and a half. Thank you so much, Owl Goat. I'm gonna call you Owl. Goat? I'll call you Goat if that's okay. Owl is like a owl. I'll call you Goat if that's okay. But yeah, thank you so much, Goat. I consider myself extremely lucky to be able to do this full time, and it's like insane. I still like can't believe it sometimes. Still can't believe it. Alright, let's put these paints off to the side up here. We're gonna access them again, but I'll just put them up here. Feather. Let's find our feather pattern. I am in fact the greatest of all time. Awesome! So then me calling you Goat will absolutely be fitting. Alright, so this is our feather. This is the outline of the feather. Now I need to find the pattern, which I have in cardstock, somewhere in this vicinity. I don't know where. This is crystal. Okay, maybe I don't. All right, stand by, friends. Stand by. I've been trying to keep my workspace organized, but it's hard sometimes. Are you in here? No, 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 no. Do you melt and mix the glass colors yourself? I do not, so that requires a lot of like heavy machinery and like hot things. So I buy all of my glass pre-made by different companies. Let me find like the prettiest glass here. We'll use this as a reference. So I will buy different colors in sheets like this, different textures, colors. Behind me, on my little face cam here, you can see all of my different sheets of glass and colors that I have. Not all of them, but you can kind of see a little peek. So yeah, I have this massive addiction collection where I buy glass all the time, and then I figure out what I want to turn it into. This is like the piece that I'm most excited about right now. It's so pretty, I could just vomit. But yeah, so that's what I do. Buy sheets of glass. I have too much. And I always am buying more. Before I continue before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and put on my safety glasses because I'm going to be cutting glass here soon. So we'll put on our safety goggles so we don't get glass shards in our little eyes. Ooh, I think it's up here. And what I do is I draw all my patterns. Yes, this is our feather. I print them out on cardstock paper, and then that way if I want to go back and make them, I have the reference. Like I can just whip out the pattern and trace it onto the glass with Sharpie. So this is our feather right here. Hey, Goat, thank you so much for following. I appreciate that. And I officially have a stream schedule now. I didn't for the longest time, but now I am adhering to a schedule. So it's great. We're having a great time. All right, so this is our feather. Let me make sure this looks a little big. I want to make sure this is actually the right size. And it looks like it is. So now for the fun part. This usually takes me like an hour or two to figure out how I'm gonna do this and how I'm gonna make it and what glass I'm gonna use, because I end up using like 5 to 8 different types of glass. So usually for these feathers, my piece number 5 right here is like the main piece, the piece de résistance, and what I base it off of. Where can you get cardstock? You can get it just at like any office supply store, like with the paper. It's just really thick paper. So I buy like sheets or packs of like 500, and I haven't run out since I bought that like giant stack of it. Most of the people I follow are makers from the US, and I can almost never catch a stream because of my time zones. Oh no! I know a lot of people stream like after work, and so I can imagine like if you're, I don't know where you are, but like if you're in Europe, I'm assuming you're in Europe, you know, 6 p.m. my time, especially if someone's on the Pacific coast, so that would be 3 p.m. my time, would be like super late for you. So good job, Codes. Hobby Lobby, Walmart, poster board works well too. Yeah, so there's tons of different options. Walmart, like whatever. I bought mine at like Office Depot or whatever. I think I found some at my grocery store too, but it was a little overpriced, but it was whatever. I had to get it, so. All right, so the piece de résistance is going to be this one. It's gonna come from here. I really want this to be the most disgusting cotton candy feather the world has ever seen. Disgusting. I really want it to be this right here, but I cannot justify cutting. I mean, like it would have to be like here, and I just like, that's a whole corner. Okay, everyone stop. Hey Max, how are you? Mind cauliflower. I suppose. Let's test this. I have so much of this glass. It's just I don't have a lot of this like blue and pink mixture. Let's test this and see what this looks like. So goats, there's different ways that people do this craft. I mean, everyone does everything so differently. A lot of people use tracing paper and they glue the tracing paper to the glass. I personally prefer using the cardstock method and tracing it onto the glass because I like to change, like, I like to be able to pick it up and be like, do I like how this looks? No. And then replay and, like, you know, change it up. It's all about personal preference, and especially because I make so much of the same stuff. Like, I make a lot of these feathers and I make a lot of just like all kinds of stuff. The bears. How are you doing today, Mags? What have you been up to? I think I'm gonna do it off of this corner. Maybe. I gotta move all this stuff. These sheets are so big, they're just gonna like knock it. All the stuff's gonna get knocked off. Bear, you're gonna go up here. Oily. Alright. Maybe. Or we could use, where is that glass? Oh, this one. It's so pretty. I think we'll use this one for the main piece. Maybe. It takes me so long to decide. It'll be awesome. So proud you're busting a fresh sheet. That'll be a proper dream plumage for sure. Thank you, Charlie. Organization is going slow. Just came back from the store and brought a few more containers for my small glass pieces. You have a ton of glass, Mags. You have an absurd amount of glass. So I can imagine that it's going to take a while to kind of figure out where everything's going to go. Let me see. Let's pull this out. Let's use our mind's eye and try to envision this. So I'm thinking the blue and pink piece here. And I would love for the blue to be more concentrated down here. That way we can have a blue piece here. Right, Shmir? I might also, just to make my life a little bit harder, I might split piece number 6 into another piece and change this up a little bit. If we could get there to be concentrated amounts of blue on the bottom of this piece, then I could have that accent blue, that really intense teal, and have a little piece like 6.5, whatever. 6.5. Actually, this would kind of be like 5, whatever, it doesn't matter. Have like a little teal accent and then have it, that's what I'm thinking. Pull that pink from the left side maybe, but the mix of texture is kind of cool. So overwhelming, especially the small pieces. I don't know what to keep and what to throw away. I know, I'm always like, I'm gonna keep this for mosaics, and then I still have yet to do anything with mosaics, so. Teehee, hoarding. Yeah, never throw anything away and then get overwhelmed by not throwing anything away. Although, to be fair, I used to be way more of a hoarder than I am now. Now that I have, like, this is the only thing that I hoard now. Maybe clothing a little bit, but I only have 400 livable square feet now, including this shed. So glass is like, it's my vice. It's my one thing, right? It's my one thing that I keep a lot of. Or priorities, exactly. Or what I might do is steal the idea that I did with that Monstera leaf, have this be that pink mottled like dragon glass, have this be this main piece right here be this glass, have the bottom be blue, and then have this little teal section be that like really intense blue. Like just make that little accent part go down here. Yep. So, as always, we're just gonna go ahead and start cutting glass because that always makes me move faster. I just hoard shovels. Love me a good shovel for sure. Could you store your glass outside if you needed to? A pole barn. Ooh, nice. It's hard when we have to sell goats. I want to keep them all. Oh, well, that's like a living creature too. It's not like some material good that's like, you know, you can sell it and it's whatever. I'll be like, oh, this glass is so pretty, but then I'll just forget about it the next day. Spades are objectively a better shovel than normal shovels. Spades are way better. I love... I have a really strong opinion about spades. No, I do not, Larry. I do not use gloves, even though I have a ton of cuts on my hands. I just don't prefer it because I like to be able to palpate the glass. Touch it. Touch it. Feel the glass, become one with the glass, aka just get shards stuck in my hand always and forever. Alright, so we're gonna have this piece be the main piece. I always like for the directions of the glass, so like the different striations of the glass to go the way that makes sense with the piece that I'm making. So for this feather piece, the filaments are going to go at a diagonal if we're following the laws of feathers. So I think we're gonna do it like this, even though this is gonna kind of leave some of this here. What I can do is use this for another part of the feather, so I'm not wasting this glass or like putting it off to the side and never using it again. So this is very textured on this side, so what I'm gonna do is flip the glass over and in turn also flip this over. So we're working with the back side of this, the reverse of this piece. It's a shovel, axe, saw, and club in one. Entrenching tool, very nice. I think having your hands consist mostly of scar tissue just lets you know you make things. Exactly! I want to have, like, I like my tiny little, like, dude hands. Sometimes I'm like, oh, they're ugly, but whatever. It's cool to know that I create things. I like... You want to know how I got these scars? You can say stuff like that too. All right, so that is piece number 5, and when we turn it over, it is going to look like that. So that's perfect. So we'll go ahead and cut this out. We're going to cut as we go. I'm making my decision. This is the main piece, this pink. So let's grab our scoring tool. Feather law is similar to frontier justice. I have basically no feeling in my index fingers and thumbs, hands full of scars, and finger bones full of dents. What do? Are you also a creator? I should have asked that already. Like, do you do any sort of crafting things, or are you, you just work with your hands, like, for your job? Please, do tell. Ah, that's so awesome. Studying goldsmithing. Very cool. I need to refresh my chat real quick, so all my messages are going to disappear for a little bit. So, Last message I'm seeing is studying goldsmithing. Actually, no, it's Charlie saying shovel goat. All right, I'm gonna refresh because it's being weird right now. It's not, the chat isn't organically scrolling anymore, which is infuriating. All right, there we go. So now I will be able to see all messages after this. Ugh, why are my eyes so wide? Stop. Why do I look like that all the time? I'm so intense, but I'm like actually not. All right, there we go. My eyes are just so tiny. I have to like open them real big to be able to see, I think. All right. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes. I'll have to refill. Ugh, I hate that noise. Glass on glass. Ugh. I'll have to refill my cutting tool. It's leaking like crazy. I spent all day doing enamel test pieces trying to color match my sapphires. Ooh! That is so cool. I don't know anything about what your craft entails, but very, very cool. Yeah, and I mean, I guess, like, I'm, like, super, like, oh, I have little man hands or whatever, because I have, like, calluses. Like, you just can't, you can't see it when you first look. Hatchets. Hatchets are pretty good. Where are my growers? There we go. Let's get my tiny pliers to get this little chunk that we missed. That is a nice clean break. So there's our first piece. Ooh, it's so pretty. All right, let me see if I leave this up here, if you'll be able to see it. My friend Molly had a hatchet. She didn't like her parents though. I feel like that's a reference to something that I just don't get. Some sort of pop culture reference, I presume. All right, so piece number 6. I said we were gonna cut this. I'm like really hesitant to cut this though. Ooh, opals and gold flakes. If you took an entrenching tool and attached a multi-tool to it, you'd be unstoppable. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. This is a note thing that I did the other day of things that I need to accomplish that is no longer relevant. So I'm gonna trace this, and then I'm gonna create a secondary piece that has that little party piece cut out, because this is cardstock. Alright, so this is our main piece, and then if we have this little party piece, like right here, kind of at a little bit of an angle, because we don't want it to be too perfect. So this is 6.5. Let's grab my friend. Oh, I already read that. I am old. It doesn't help that I'm like really bad about just knowing pop culture in general, so a lot of things just... There's a channel on YouTube that I found a while ago where it's this guy that goes amethyst hunting in like some mines in Georgia. Not a mine, like a quarry type thing where they just have like a bunch of dirt that's been dug up. It is so satisfying to me to see this guy. He pulls out these chunks of amethyst. I have no use for that much amethyst, but it's like just pretty and I want it. I would love to go amethyst hunting at some point. Just to find it and just like, just go have fun. I don't know. It just seems fun. All right, 6. Now we're gonna cut this little piece here for 6.5. And in order to leave room for the foil, I'm going to cut a little sliver out of this. So when I go to cut piece number 6, these will fit together better by default. Let me cut this little nub off there too. Changing up the pattern. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Too busy cutting glass. We stay busy here. Alright, you guys don't need to see what I do in my spare time. Actually, that's just that's my crafting to-do list. That's not my spare time list. Opals are insanely common to find. They look like black ball with glassy finish. Ooh. Okay, so we don't need this right now. So what we're gonna do is we are going to attempt on this piece to find where it's pink on top and fades to blue. Let's see if I can eyeball it from here. And we also want to find somewhere where it does that and it's not going to be too destructive and like wasteful of glass. Maybe here? Very wasteful. Okay, no. No. Yeah, I saw there's a guy that I follow on, or I used to follow on TikTok, and he went panning for gold in West Virginia in a creek that's on his property. He like found some little gold flakies, which is really cool. This is not going to work on the sheet. I just don't think. Let me see if I can do something on my other sheet. So this is the other chunk of glass. Oh. Spooky. This is just, it's not as blue as the other one. There's like, it's kind of more, honestly, purple, but it doesn't have the same like shocking bubblegum blues as that one does. This is why it always takes me forever. It's ridiculous. Remind me, and when I go panning and find some opals, I'll bring some up and we can have them. Yes, that would be awesome. Thank you. Maybe... Alright, let's just... How are we going to do this? How are we going to make this the way we want it? We need the striations to go the way that we want them. We also need there to be some bubblegum blue at the bottom. And we need to not be wasteful of the glass. Let's try that. Let's see how this looks. I don't think you can see it, but I have it right on the very bottom corner of this big sheet of glass. And we'll see how it looks. I owe you a vegan cheesesteak? Vegan cheesesteak? What do you mean vegan cheesesteak? Veggie? Better not be bringing any vegan cheesesteak down here. There's like no blue in that. It's so dark pink. That's not gonna work. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there just so I know I at least tried. Maybe here? Maybe I just like overcomplicated this for myself. It's very blue though. Very blue. Berry blue. Lurking. Hey, Wispy, welcome. How are you? Thank you for the lurk. We are working on a feather right now. Dandelion cheesesteak. But yes, a vegan cheesesteak would just be bread. I agree, but if you want a vegan one, you can have it. I'm more of a bring the meat kind of guy. No vegan cheesesteak here. No, thank you. A lot of vegan food is actually very unhealthy, and I am not. That's where I cut it off. Nope. No vegan debate. Do it. If you like being vegan, I don't care. Do what you want. But a lot of vegan food is very processed and unhealthy, so. I think this is gonna work. So there's a decent amount. Oh, you can kind of see it. There's like some pinkish purple on the top, and then there's a tiny little bit of blue on the bottom, which is where we're going to blend it with that really intense teal blue that I worked with yesterday. So what we'll do is, this is such a rare glass. I'm so intimidated working with this. It's tofu with a non-dairy cheese. To each their own. Exactly. To each their own. I just don't want vegan stuff. So if we cut this here, we can do a sharp turn and like save this. I think that's what we'll do. It's like not the best, but I really want that cotton candy blue. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. No, you brought a real one and I just like forgot to eat it and I couldn't eat bread. I wasn't eating bread at the time because, well, I kind of still shouldn't because I'm really sensitive to gluten. I felt so bad. I was like, this cheesesteak. I felt so bad. I really appreciated you bringing it for me. Being difficult, I see. There we go. It's better. The human body needs two elements to function. They are known as caffeine and nicotine. With their power, craftspeople turn raw materials into products and scholars turn these very elements into physics. Oh, that's really good. I like that. I like it. I'm not as much of a nicotine type, but definitely caffeine has re-entered my my daily necessity as far as creation goes. Oh, that's really intensely blue. Oh no. That's not the exact same vibe that I had in mind, but we'll see. I might end up making a different feather and using this. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm thinking, or we're gonna shock people. We have to get that blue out that we were using yesterday. So this is the blue. I'm thinking we'll pull it from here. Cheesesteaks are definitely one of my favorite foods though. Although I think like because Brian's been making me these grilled cheese sandwiches, and I haven't been too bothered by them. So maybe it's just if I eat it in small enough portions, it's not as bad. Because I don't have like celiac disease. I have like some sort of like sensitivity to it. I'm sorry, I stepped away for a bit. What are we talking about? We are talking about cheesesteak and mining for opals. Like all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. Or this is actually really pretty. Will this work? Yes. Let's try this too. This is beautifully striated on this side. Oh, cheesesteak is so good. It's very delicious. It's just like it's like this kind of like thinly sliced beef meat. Yeah, food again. I think Larry, goat is not in the US, so I think that it's probably because it's really common here. So I think that's why they have not had cheesesteak before. I tried to quit smoking, but then they put all those encouraging messages. Yeah, quitting nicotine is very difficult. Very, very difficult. It's not my thing. It used to be, but it's not my thing anymore as of like 2013. But everyone kind of has their that is a nice transition. I actually really like this. The the teal. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. Ooh, there's even striated parts that look like they go together. Hold on, I'm gonna put this in my Discord so you all can see it. I'm very proud of how these pieces fit together. I had a friend who collected the warning labels. He called them smoky moths. Hold on, what? I love pickles. I make my own. I do a Jordan dill and a hot sweet pickle you slap a stranger for. For those who are in the Discord, I'm gonna post this in the Discord so you can see these pieces. I love how these look together. Ew. You can see my dirty little thumbnail. Where's my tape? I'm gonna tape this together so you can see it. I've been wanting to make pickles. We were growing cucumbers and then the chickens just like devoured all of the cucumbers. So the cucumbers are no longer. Made me sad. There we go. I'll put it in the SunBear updates Or SunBearGlassCraft. Or general, I'll put it in general. General! It is coming together quite nicely. So let's take those apart. Now, let's continue on so this doesn't take my whole stream just to plan this. I make tobacco and sugar hot sweet. You sound good. Dill is the goodest of ills. Ugh. The US sadly does not do this. I don't know if it would really affect. I mean, obviously, like, Goat said his friend started collecting the pictures as Smokey-Mon cards. So I don't know how effective it is, you know? I think personal change can only come from your internal willingness to change. Someone trying to convince you that you need to change is not going to change you in most cases. I say that being someone who used to be addicted to nicotine, where I used to like laugh at the warnings on the boxes. As someone who's been addicted to caffeine, addicted to food, I used to be really obese and lost a bunch of weight. The only reason I changed and was able to lose like 90 pounds was because of my own personal choice and willingness to change. So one day I'll make a cheesesteak. They're so good. They're so good. You have to put peppers and onions in them. That's my opinion. I love peppers and onions a lot. A lot. They make the cheesesteak. Some people don't like it. Brian doesn't like them. But to each their own. Okay, so piece number 7. What are we gonna do for number 7? I don't have enough. These are like so thin and useless. Piece number 8. This actually might work for piece number 8. Let's try it. Oh, peppers and onions are so good. At the end of the day, we all have free will. Hallelujah. Absolutely. Yeah, I think for children it might, but like I said, and I don't know the mental workings of the psychology of a child. But yeah, I lost like a no, Nanu, wrong. Get out of here, wrong. Peppers, onions, end of story. That's the only way to eat a cheesesteak. And you can't convince me. There's no change my mind here. No change my mind. It has to have the veggies. If you get a high quality white American cheese too, I used to think American cheese was disgusting because I just thought of like the Kraft singles, which is just like plastic. We will never agree. I know. I'm just joking with you. Everyone is allowed to like what they like and all that good stuff. I'm passionate about it though. Oh, I forgot that I got this glass. Ooh. We're not going to use it now, but oh, Lord have mercy. I really want... Actually, maybe. Maybe not for this one. Something. We'll use this for something. Kids can't serve on a jury. They sure can't. They sure can't. Speaking of children, I better go feed my boy dinner now. Me and the cat have ours together. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're still here, I know I was rifling through my glass. I hope you have a good rest of your evening, and I will catch you next time, Kate. I could tell if something had onions before I even put it in my mouth as a kid, and you could not trick me and sneak them in. I always found them. Some people just really hate onions. I say this jokingly. I could literally... Why does everyone hate onions? I could literally, a white onion or like a yellow onion, I could almost eat that as an apple. Like, I love onions so much. I guess I'm the weird one here, so take it back a step. I like onions. Y'all don't have to. Everyone hates them. That's crazy. I almost wonder. It is a superpower. I almost wonder if there's like there's like that gene that make people like, yeah, because like my ideal pizza is a cheese and onion pizza. White onion, not red onion. Cheese and onion. I ordered that one time and my brother was like, Rachel, that's one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard you say. The fungus among us. Focus! Focus! I need to choose the glass for this. Piece number 8. I want to make it from one of these pieces. Will it fit? Probably not. It looks like it is just barely too big for all of these pieces, which is absolutely infuriating. Onions have to be caramelized. I do extra love caramelized onions. I guess I'm just like an onion. Ugh, exactly. Ugh, I love onion. I love onion. So now we have a divided chat. We have onions versus the non-onions. The texture, interesting, because for me, the texture is... so good. It adds that nice little like crunch. Anyway, I'm getting way too passionate about onions. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just really like onions. Brian thinks I'm crazy too, though. He hates onions so much. He doesn't hate them, but he definitely doesn't like them. I don't know if I'll like this, but I'm gonna try putting piece number 7, this little piece, as this like pinky purple. The onions versus the nunion. Pineapple on pizza. Crispy roasted onions with roast beef. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Absolutely. I have never tried pineapple on pizza. I'm team onion. I wish I could have chat badges. I think I can. But on YouTube, if I like sign up for their subscription-based thing, but we could have the onions versus the nunions, and if someone subscribed and they don't like onions, like, give me the nunions. Oh. Cowboy chili. Oh, that sounds delicious. Delicious. I think for piece number 7, I'm gonna cycle back to this really pretty, like, kind of see-through pink. Let's see. I'm telling y'all right now, this is really hard to stay on track. Y'all are distracting me with food. Piece number 7, I think we're gonna pull it from... right here. This is too much, so we'll just have to find another option for piece number 8. It always devolves into a food debate. Always. I had a friend whose stance on the pineapple on pizza question was based on what would make the most people as angry as possible in the group. The question was asked. I mean, We could really go like really intense. I think anchovies on pizza is more of a debate than pineapples, or it should be more of a debate. Um, I think the idea of anchovies on pizza is blasphemous, and I just think that that should never be acceptable. And I refuse to ever try it because it's, like I said, it's blasphemous. Yes, welcome. You have officially been accepted in the chat, goats. Welcome, one of us. You are one of us, despite being Team Nunion. I'm assuming I'm putting you on Team Nunion because it seems like you don't really like onions. But correct me if I'm wrong. Why is this not? Come on. This pink is really giving me the runaround right now. I'll tell you what. Whew. Ooh, that's like a little weapon right there, like a cat claw. Team Tiny Fish. Honestly though, like anchovies on pizza, no. Caesar salad, every day. Caesar salad is God tier salad. God tier salad. Honestly, he ended up not being a very nice person since he applied that kind of attitude to most things. Yeah, just like trying to piss people off, like that probably, I can imagine if that was his kind of MO. I'm the exact opposite, other than like I'm joking around right now because it's just food. Generally, I have to keep harmony with everyone. I don't like arguing with people. Food is different. Food is just like funny. And I'll also always argue about like Die Hard not being a Christmas movie. Those are the two like things the hills I'll die on. But generally, if it's about a serious topic, I don't like arguing with people and I don't like making people angry. And I just like, I like to keep harmony. I like there to be harmony in the group. Brian is the exact opposite. Brian will take tables mentally, like conversation wise. He likes to just flip tables and just like debate people on stuff. Yeah, exactly, Nenu. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like I try to kind of be the same way. I don't want to piss people off ever. Just joke around and pretend to be intense about stuff. Alright, so I'm thinking for piece number 8, we'll pull it from one of these sheets. Maybe this tiny one. Yeah, Brian loves debating people. He loves, like, arguing and just, like, making people question things. So I do that vicariously through him. Bless him. Wedge salads are very difficult, are like unnervingly difficult to eat, although they are delicious, but unnecessarily difficult to eat. What did I use for this piece? I used more of this like blue for down here. So I think this piece, I want it to be this color of glass where it's like purplish blue, but more toned down. That's why I was hoping this one would fit, but I don't think it will. It cuts off too much. If it was just slightly bigger. Ugh, it's so frustrating. Food is not worth arguing over. Yeah, like a joking argument is fine. There's people that I know that have like ended friendships over like getting into arguments about stuff like that though, and it's just like, calm down. Well, I don't think it would be long enough because the filament the whatever this is called, I can't think of it right now, is pretty long. So it's gonna have to come from something else. I usually like to make that piece an iridescent color. Make love, not food. Yes, yes? You gotta piss people off to make them work better. I can see that. What do we do? There's no way this piece is long enough. Gosh darn it. Gosh diggity darn it. Dang damn it. Oh, that was so loud. Thank you for subscribing, Heather Rose. Hey, you know what? Go. It sounds like you're a passionate individual. Don't lose that passion. This is kind of an awkward little peep right here. Maybe we could use that to our advantage. I'm so hesitant to cut that off. This is taking me forever. I'm so sorry, y'all. Sometimes these little things just take me a while, though. I feel like an insane person for continuing to try to make this fit. It's just so frustrating. It would be perfect. It costs that much because it takes me pooping hours. Larry. At least the property damage and eviction due to a noise complaint entertain someone. Seems like a fine deal to me. All I throw is my back out. Oh no. Is there like a Sunbear chat after hours that I'm not familiar with? My gosh. Y'all get wild. Y'all are getting wild. I think we will put it here. I think I do like this. Let's at least just draw it and test it. So I actually look like I'm working and not just repeating and trying over and over to draw on the same pieces of glass that won't fit on. I gotta go. Thank you for the stream, and hopefully I can catch one again in the future. That sounds good, Goat. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate having you here. I'll catch you next time. Words. So hard sometimes. Let's put it here. This is too pink. This is almost the same pink as that one. So we're gonna... What about this corner? Here? Here? Let's try it here. Here. Let's try it here. Stay hard. Sorry. Of a child, don't mind me. Why is this so difficult? Why am I so indecisive? I'm a perfectionist, that's what it is. I'm not indecisive, I'm a perfectionist. I think that looks good. I think I'm gonna go with this spot right here. God, it's on the textured side too. What have I done? Yeah, I don't think Goat will be able to catch me on Fridays or Sundays because of the time difference. I don't know what time it is there for him or her, but probably Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you, Sarah. I just feel bad that I'm like not actually almost doing anything. I'm creating a mess and like that's basically it. Oh, look at me getting my little frizzy hair in the way. Oh, all right, gotta try to not have my little frizzy bangs get in the way. I have to call my mummy today. See what she's up to. I told her I would call today. It's been like non-stop chores today. Smokey Bear collectibles! Yes! Warning. Easily distracted.
Oh, yeah.
Yes! And the raid notification worked! Hi, Alina. How are you? Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, so glad I finally heard that noise. How was your stream? What did you do? We're working on a feather right now, if you can't already tell. And I am having a hard time breaking this glass. It's being difficult. There we go. Yes, impactful. I like that viewpoint, Charlie. Very impactful. It's taken me like a while to cut these 5 pieces now, but it's okay. Was great. Played Unpacking first, then Icarus. How are you? That sounds super fun. I still want to get that Unpacking game just to like have like a chill game, but I'm so just gripped by my Stardew addiction now that all other games just like, ugh, don't even. But yeah, I'm doing well. I'll bet extremely indecisive about this feather, but I think it's going well. I'm trying to make a cotton candy feather. This piece might be a bit too purple. I don't know. We might have to remake that. I don't like how it looks with it now, but we could take the Bob Ross approach and just have it be like a happy accident. Or we could cut this out and make it lighter, which is maybe what I'll end up doing. Thank you, thank you. Next we're going to do I think this pink will look really nice for piece number 9, and I actually might be able to put, so piece number 9 is this next one here. I know it's backwards. New friends, yay! Yes, new friends. I will try to entertain your viewers, but there's no way that I can fill Aramnita's shoes. Aww. My chisel is so wonky. Aren't we all happy little accidents? Yes. I knew I was gonna do that. Oh, thank God this thing is not sharp enough, because that probably would have cut my finger all the way down to the bone. Safety first, people. It just like... I think I need a new blade. Alright. Where are your gloves? No gloves here. I'm a wild renegade. No gloves to be seen. Not a glove in sight, except for like the 30 different pairs of gloves that I have that I just don't want to wear. Alright, I just need to get this paint off. I used this as a mixing palette the other day when I was painting the Monstera leaf that I made. Yeah, so all joking aside, I don't like using gloves when I cut glass because it reduces my dexterity, and I also kind of jokingly like to be one with the glass, and I say that jokingly, although like also not jokingly. So interpret that how you will. I'm washing this off right now, the little remaining pieces, with alcohol, by the way. Isopropyl alcohol. Let's just wipe down our little table. Disinfect for a minute. I'm a non-gloved rebel. Human fingertips are super sensitive, so I know what you mean. Feeling, yeah, I heard the statistic one time that like if we were, what was it? It was like if the earth was the size of a marble or something, our fingertips are so sensitive that we'd be able to feel the trees on the surface of the earth or something. If that's not becoming one with the glass, I don't know what is. Although probably these fingers, these 4 fingers, my pinky and my ring finger, these are probably the most sensitive. These are all just like calloused. Megs, you gotta just stick around. Although I know you're probably busy and have little children and stuff hanging out, so yeah, there's we're talking about all sorts of things. Man. Alright. That's not gonna work. So we're going to pull it from here. And we need it to be, I would like it to go from darker pink at the bottom to lighter pink at the top. So we're gonna place it like so. I want to make sure that the striations are going the right way. So that looks real good. Charlie. But yeah, isn't that cool? We're crazy. How like how much we can see and sense. And I also, there's this thing that oh, no children, roofer came to give us a quote for a new roof. That's way more important than me talking about like I'm going to become one with the glass. It's way more important. Beautiful. Okay, so darker pink at the bottom, and then it goes to lighter pink. Yes. Let's cut this glass. The hottest of messes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, don't get my frizzy hair in the way of the camera. Ugh. Donk. Alright, we can't tap these off, so we're gonna have to just break them with our little pliers. Wow! 13 nanometers? Your fingertips can feel the difference in smoothness up to 13 nanometers thick, which is insane. Bootyful. Yes. All right, this piece, right schmear, I want this to be iridescent, piece number 10. So, we're gonna grab... Where's my pink scrap bin? Hello? Where did it go? Oh, is it right in front of me? It is. Whoop. Breaking stuff is peaceful. That's like, it's really funny that you say that too, because like I find breaking glass, cutting glass, breaking glass, what have you, all of it, very relaxing. And like, I'm not a chaotic person. Maybe I like order. I like neat things and ignore that. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. But like breaking, I don't like chaos and like destruction, but breaking glass kind of goes against that, and I find it very relaxing. It's very satisfying. I'm running out of room in this pink bin. I guess I shouldn't really put these away yet. Let's just put this off to the side. Yes, Larry. I kicked ass in the 1800s. Oh my gosh, I think that's the most explicit language I've ever used on my stream before. Y'all are making me say bad words. Where's piece number 10? Oh, it's under here. It's hiding from me. Piece number 10, iridescent pink. And you are going to go on however you fit, which will be like this. I really, really wish that this was a different angle. Let's try to cut this. A one-eyed... There was a message that I was like, should I read this out loud? I thought that was going to have a different... I don't know what I thought you were going to say. Never mind. Let's move on. Let's move on. We're going to use iridescent, or not iridescent, metallic silver for this piece, because I like drawing on this better with iridescent pieces. Like so. I am glad that you find it relaxing. I really like doing these prototype streams with y'all, especially because I can, if I'm second guessing myself, I can be like, do you like this? And then usually just ignore what people say. Oh, not intentionally, but sometimes just like saying it out loud makes me be able to process if it's a good decision better. Tiny. We can't get enough leverage. Piece number 10. Perfect. Okay, piece number 11. What are you going to be? Maybe another purple? Maybe another like another light purple type color. My eye itches, so pardon me, I'm gonna scratch my eyeball over here. Do you keep your wispy and opaque colors together or by texture? I know you explained it in your video. I keep colors together and then iridized versus non-iridized. So all of my actually pink is excluded. Pink is all together, but like red, it's non-iridized red, iridized red. So I don't mix it up by like opaque versus translucent or transparent or whatever you want to call it. Light purple. Almost pink. I think maybe something like this would be really nice because you can see it's mostly pink when you look at it here, but there's still some like hints of purple. We would have it be this side, be the one that's showing, not this side. This is way too purple. All right, Larry, thank you so much for coming in and chit-chatting, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Let's see how this looks. It's almost I want it to be more pink. That might just not be a good option. Maybe we could do like Oh, this is kind of pretty. This has a little bit of blue in it. Like a baby cotton candy color. Kind of like it. That would actually be very nice. Let's see if we can make this look good. Okay, let's see. I might not like this. Let's leave the blue alone. Let's just go with the baby pink color. And I need to erase these honeycombs. This is originally going to be cut into honeycombs, as you can see, but I just never did. Do I want it to be light pink, or do I want it to be... Do I want people to get punched in their face with how much pink is here? Let's see. Ugh, that is like neon pink. That is not, it's not the right pink. We're not gonna go with this one. This is bad. This is bad. A bad option. I think this is also a pretty poopy option. It's not very pink, so I'm gonna put this back as well. Cotton candy bees are the best. The blue pink. You know, it's funny that you say cotton candy bee because I really wanted to make like a pastel pink bee for the shop update, like a mythical space bee kind of is what I was thinking. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I was gonna just like kind of test the waters and see if I liked it. You think this one balances it out, Charlie? Or the cotton candy one? The like really bright blue and pink. I'm having a hard time deciding. I'm looking at the Monstera leaf that I made. How are we talking about these? I don't know, we just are. We just are. What this shit? Maybe we could use this corner because it's actually a really bright pink, but it has like a little bit of, it has a blue streak going through it. This one. It might be a bit too light though. That's the only thing I'm thinking, is that it's too much of a light pink. Maybe not though. Maybe that will help balance out the really intense blues and purples at the bottom. Let's draw this out. Let's see if this looks good with this. I never use this, so I honestly don't mind drawing in the middle of this and having the blue kind of be in the center, front and center. Yeah. Just a little of blue. 60% good idea. Let's draw it out. Let's see if see how this might look. Just a touch. It's like just a little, tiny bit. Let's move it over. I'm gonna move it slightly further over this way to see if we can see the blue better. This might be a really good good way, like you said, to balance this out though. No, I like it. I like it. Sometimes I get stuck in like an overthinking loop. I'm gonna try something. There's a piece right here, right above it. There's very dark, or not very dark, but a darker section of pink. So I'm thinking maybe if we have it like right here. So wasteful, but Team Blue Smear. Team Nunion Blue Smear. Just sounds like I'm making things up at this point. Yep. I think that looks good. So subtle. So very subtle, but I really like it. Plus, I can still use this for other things too, because this piece is a very simple shape, so we didn't waste too much glass. I hate cutting into the center of sheets like that sometimes. I very rarely do it. Team Onion. Oh, yeah, you're a Team Onion. Okay. Sorry, I got confused with who's Team Onion and who's Team Nunion. Never mind. I'm just gonna end up getting too confused if we do that, so maybe no Team Nunion. Or no onion categories on the stream. All right, I'm gonna refresh the chat again real quick because it's doing that thing where it doesn't reload. Or it doesn't update the chat and I have to keep scrolling manually. Okay, so now I can see everyone's chats again. Okay, there we go. Little streak of blue. It's perfect. Team Mushroom. Yes. Team Mushroom. Okay, piece number 4 up here. I usually have it be transparent to like balance things. So I'm thinking maybe we could use a more transparent part of this, or we could find a transparent pink that I have. I don't have many transparent pinks, but
I have a few.
I got this one recently, which is kind of cool. It kind of hurts my heart to cut into it, especially when I have something that's already pretty similar. It's not quite the same, but I think it's by the... No, never mind. I was going to say it's by the same company, but it's not. It has a blemish! I'll have to cut that off. There's like a little ballistic mark there. Mine tastes like the spirit world. Oh, that's good. That is good. All right. What do we do for this? What do we do? I eat them out of the cans. Ooh, that is an intense mushroom. That you like mushrooms. I'm not a huge fan of eating mushrooms, like mushroom on pizza. No. Aesthetically though, I love mushrooms. I think they're just the cutest little things you ever did see. Okay, focus. We need to come up with a glass that we're gonna use for this piece. I mean, I really feel like the only glass that I can use is this one. It's not fully see-through, but I feel like it's see-through enough that it's kind of nice. They taste like the spirit. Tatum Watkins, thank you so much for following. I'm gonna draw this up, but I don't know if I'm going to like it. We'll see. Transparent purple. That we might be able to do something like that. Actually, I don't know if I want a full purple. I really want it to like I said, like punch you in the face with pinks, but I did get this purple recently. Where is it? And this, I don't know if this would be too distracting, but I got this ripply, wispy purple. You can see how like it's like darker here and then it's more transparent like up here. This would actually be really pretty, although I don't know if it would take away too much from the feather itself, because it's like a more airy color. I have this one. Ooh, hold on. Hold the phone. Hold your gosh darn horses. That's blue. I have transparent purple that's iridescent, but she's real purple. She is grapey purple. What do we think? Do we think it would distract too much? Do we think it would be too much? What we could do, yeah, it looks very blue. It's purple though, I promise. It looks blue on camera. It is like, here, I'll put it in the Discord. I'll put it in my Discord so y'all can see the more accurate color. It does look very blue. What? I feel like I have something in my eye, but it like feels like it's really deep in my eye. Like in the back of my eye. What about the triangle scrap? Blue pink next to your grozers. This one? For that last piece above the cotton candy piece. I think you're talking this one? Oh, it like just barely won't fit. It's either this one or this one you're talking about, I think. I took a picture of my phone, but it looks blue. It's very purple though. It's a lot of not pink. Yeah. So I don't know if I want to do purple or if I want to keep it pink at the top. I think the purple would be a bit too much for like the bringing down the cotton candy vibe. So I don't think I'll do purple yet. But I make usually a few feathers. So that's not to say that we won't make like a pink and purple one or a purple and blue one or something. This is not the right angle. I'm gonna cut this out and see if I like it. Hi! Bring me the booty! I love your username so much. How are you doing today? Welcome in. This one? One or two? What about the purple you used on the Monstera? It's more creamy. So I did. It's like a pinkish purple. So it's this. I could do something like that. There's so many options, y'all. It's freaking me out, man. Okay, one or two. So I wouldn't be able to do two because the striations are going in a way that would not allow me to have it be two, but I based it, it's from this sheet. All right, let me just cut out 4 and then we'll keep working from there. I don't think I'd be able to use one either because it's nubbly. It's very nubbly and I don't think it would fit. Even though it's really pretty. Well, I appreciate that, Nanu, although I always appreciate people's input, especially when I'm asking. So, at the end of the day, I always feel bad if I don't go with people's suggestions, though, but at the end of the day, I go with, like, what feels right in my little heart. What is this made of? Steel? My God. What do you use for your patterns? Do you mean like what do I use to draw them? What program? Or what do, good lord. Or what do I use, like, what is this? This paper I use. I don't understand why this, like, just shattered like that. I know. Alpaca socks. Hi, hello from Germany. Hello, welcome. How are you doing today? Yeah, no. So this is cardstock paper. It's just cardstock paper. I don't know what else, like, someone asked about it earlier. If you like search just cardstock, it's just like really thick paper. This is my one comb to rule them all. This is the first honeycomb pattern that I ever drew and cut out. It's a piece of cardstock. This is what I use for every honeycomb I've ever made. So it lasts a while if you take care of it. And like at this point, if something happened to this little thing, I'd be very sad. I don't know why, I just would be. All right, let's see if we can break this without it shattering. It's like the easiest thing ever. I think I just needed to be a little bit more heavy-handed with my score the second time. Yes, okay, I like this. It's very pink. Let's move this out of the way. Look how beautiful all these little shards are. It's like a cotton candy explosion. I love it. Yeah, I just needed to be a little more heavy-handed with my scoring, so that's fine. So that goes there. Now, the tiny little itty-bitty, like, wisps that you see at the top over here, these pieces, I usually have them be, like, whitish. Like, if it's the main color is pink, I'll have it be, like, a very light pink and, like, a white. And usually iridescent because I find that it gives like a nice little pop to the top. And then the it's not the stem, but that I usually also have it be iridescent. So for this, I'll probably have it be an iridescent pink, or iridescent white. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But I have two iridescent pinks that are really pretty. So I'm gonna grab them while I'm thinking about it. So this is one of them, and it is like an almost whitish pink. It's super pale pink. So I'm thinking to do this one for whatever. I don't know why I'm like completely blanking on what this is called. Quill! The quill! Thank you. The quill! This thing is always usually really finicky too because it's so thin. The quill! So we're gonna cut the tiny stuff off first because if we left this piece and then tried to cut it off from here, like there would be no leverage. It'd be super difficult. So we're gonna get this off and then we're gonna cut this and separate it from the main piece. Make our lives a little bit easier, or try to. Back of cereal boxes, that's a good idea. I don't think that would work for me though, because like I print my stuff, so cereal boxes might like gum up my printer, but if you like trace the pattern, like I think that would be a good idea as well. I just do I do everything digitally, so that's just me. Also, hello CJ, how are you? Welcome in. It's so pink and pretty. And blue. Yeah, I definitely want to incorporate more purples into this shop update as well. I would love to make some amethyst crystals that have like little flashes of pink. So these are, this is a pattern I made for my Patreon a while ago, and I think I'm going to change it up a little bit and add another like thing out here. Maybe? I don't know. There's a lot of pieces on here, so I'm not entirely certain yet. And yes, Nanu, that was awesome. Thank you so much for putting those patterns in the Discord. I especially like the mushrooms. I'm partial to mushrooms. Let's see. We don't need any of these. We already have these done. So we only have a few pieces left. We have 12 and then our little tiny little finicky guys up top. So I'll probably have, let's see, probably have piece number 2 be white, like an iridescent white. I actually have the perfect piece for that. It's just been sitting here. Do you want to become famous? No. So I have this little like piece right here. Iridescent, clearish. Works perfectly for this piece. Just been sitting there, so might as well use it. When I say sitting there, I mean it's been sitting unsorted on my bookshelf for weeks now. So we can use it for this. Perfect. Doing well, itching for springtime in order to start working in my garage. Ah, very nice. Yeah, it's really crazy. Like, I forget that the rest of the world, basically, except for like the southern hemisphere, but it's like really cold. Like, it's been cold here. For those who don't know, I live in Florida, so it's been chilly, but I could definitely, like, I would prefer to have my shed door open right now, but earlier one of the roosters tried to come in and it freaked me out, so I closed the door. Let me see. Oh, fresh air. It's getting a little stuffy in here anyway. I have been... No, I don't want to be famous. I hiss at you. Maybe we could have piece number 12, like, me not overthink it too much and just have it be this modeled. That's what I wanted to do anyway, was reincorporate the modeled glass. So let's just do that. Let's make sure we put it, the striations, the correct way though. So that would mean like this. Beautiful. Cut this up. Oh god, it's so textured. Woo! Safety goggles, y'all. Safety goggles. Piece number 12. Great. Okay, 2 more pieces, and these are really easy. So piece number 13. Let's have that be... Where is that? Where is that little rascal gone off to? Did I lose it? 2 and 12. We're missing 3. Missing 3 and 13. It's hiding somewhere over here. Maybe these are ones that I just had to like draw myself. Unacceptable. Full contact, high risk hobby and I think piece number 3, 3 and 13, let's make both of them this iridescent pink. This iridescent striated pink. I don't have either of the pattern pieces, and I don't really like drawing the pieces by hand, but we're gonna just have to do what we do. I'm gonna just have to live with it. So 13 is kind of like it's just like a little shard. Doesn't have to be perfect, honestly. It's a feather. Feathers are constantly rustling in the wind, changing. Doesn't have to be perfect. Ooh! I have absolutely zero leverage on this, so we're gonna use both of our pliers. Boom! We'll have to shave this down a little bit in the grinder, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this at an angle so it fits together better against the quill. Perfect. And then piece number 3, I don't think this is gonna fit. Maybe we'll have this be a pure white iridescent. No, let's stick to the plan. Pink iridescence. Hello, where are you? Hello? Where did it go? Ugh, I don't know where my pink iridescent sheet went. Are you hiding from me?
It's like, don't cut me. I don't want to be cut today.
Okay, it was hiding from me a little bit. Perfect is the non-perfection. So I think I'm just gonna cut a little, just like a little strip off, and that should give me enough to work with. And I'll just kind of improvise the shape, draw on the piece shape. Getting ready to draw blood and feed goats. Vampire, I knew it. Man, that is so cool. I really, really like goats. I quite like goats. Alright, I think that's good. I kind of was able to see through the glass. So I traced this. Got like a general enough shape. Charlie, no! No! If you've ever seen Sons of Anarchy, it's like a toned down Tig Traeger. Toned down. Yay! Piece number 3. We'll have to fix it up a bit in the grinder, but I think that that's pretty good. Here's our little cotton candy feather, our first one. Like I said, I'm gonna make more that are kind of like different varying colors or whatever. Dreamy feathers, perhaps, but very similar to that monstera leaf. And I was looking over at that for inspiration. So. Yes, Jax. I know, God, I like loved Gemma and also just hated her so much. Cassie, trying your best to be so educational. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it a day. For my Twitch viewers, I'm going to raid someone. I'm going to see if there's anyone I know that's streaming right now. If you have anyone that you know of that's streaming, makers and crafting specifically, please feel free to suggest them. Nanu, you're really good at suggesting streams, so I feel like you might know. I know quite a few people. Let's see. Only 3.5 more hours, 4 more hours. I cannot. I think I would run out of bandwidth by that point. And bye, CJ. Thank you so much for coming by. I think we'll go ahead. I don't know what this person is streaming, and I can't see because the ads will play. Who do we want to raid on Twitch? let's go to another. Let's go to a glass person. All right. We're going to Glasswork Pixie. All right, so everyone looks like they're ready to raid. So thank you all so much for watching for my Twitch viewers, and we're gonna go raid. Stand by, YouTube people. I'll say a proper goodbye. Okay, there we go. So yes, thank you all so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be working on whatever we're gonna work on. So take care, everyone, and I will catch you next time. And I hope everyone has a beautiful, fantastic day. And thank you all. Oh, thanks, Charlie. Dreamy cotton candy feather. Yeah, shatter the like button.